Here is the Avior rack in DeSoto. It's a little different setup since they share directing duties. So obviously there's no monitor here. The monitors are up on Kathy's desk here. That's where her editing station. Here is their video rack. So there's the future tightrope. They're still working on getting that going. Here's their Buffalo, just their hard drive. Here's their Nexus and their bulletin board, or the bright sign that plays a bulletin board. There's their DVD player, that FM modulator, and then just ultimately what's going out to, this is their Spectrum feed right here. And there's their fiber that's in place now for Spectrum. So what we did a little different over here on the back side, since this is an HD system but they still have SD equipment in place, so this duct right here, we're using this duct to convert our HD program feed to SD, and then we're sending that out into input 1 on the Nexus. So this first input right here, this is ours coming from the duct. So ultimately they have the program feed in SD. And then what we're doing is up here off of their Extron DA, our lines right here. This is our line going in. We labeled it. I don't know how well you can see all that, but it's back there and labeled. That is coming over. So that's their Nexus feed. That is coming over into the analog to SDI, and then we're going from the analog to SDI down into the matrix into input 3 on the matrix, and that is staying as is. So everything is going to be coming off the matrix. Our live feed, the bulletin board, that is how the stream will be getting its feed from DeSoto. I'm not sure if that's going to change once they get tightrope in place, but currently that's the way it's set up. So the directors will still use the directing page to switch between live and the bulletin board on the Nexus. So here is the matrix switch. So 3, which is what we currently have going, that is coming from the Nexus, and that, again, that is our live feed combined with the Nexus feed. And to switch over to live, directors will just use the link on the directing page. Then of course we have the ADAM, we have the wide shot with audio, embedded audio going into 2, and then program feed into 1. So everything else is the same. Obviously they don't have a bright sign either, since they have their own playout. And that is the rack. Oh, one thing we did do, so we split audio up here. The main audio source was split to feed the HDMI to SDI, and that HDMI to SDI goes into the switcher. I'm sorry, that goes into the matrix for input 2. So it's what it's doing is converting the camera signal, and then also all the while embedding the audio signal, and that goes into input 2 for ultimate backup failure, if you will. And then the other source goes into the switcher. So we had to split that audio source, and the levels were really low. So we went ahead and added this mic preamp to boost levels on both sides, which really helped. Your switcher, your hyperdeck, CG down here. We're leaving the MDLX in place in case for some reason it's needed when they switch over to tightrope, but it's not currently being used. Our video scaler, cam control, encoder, battery backup. And that's pretty much it here in DeSoto, Texas.